marketplace. Oh, really? Yeah, really? That's the dirt off my shoulders. Really?
Mississippi.
Yeah, really? I get hungry when it's colder. Really?
How come they do this?
Yeah, really? You ain't gotta worry about mine.
I think like you guys need to see this.
Yeah, really? What you gotta say about me? Really?
What's up, you guys? Here we are again, another week. This is season 5 and Now We Know show, hosted by yours truly, Jonnie Kae, of course. Who else? And today we have another special guest. I always have a special guest. Every single person I have is special. You better believe it, and you better go and watch all of my episodes too, and check out all the dope people that I find. And that's why we call it the And Now We Know show, because you guys, some of you guys are asleep. So we're gonna wake you up today with another great guest. This is a drummer this time. I haven't had a drummer on my show, so I'm like really excited to have him on. His name is Kam Andre, and you guys might want to book him after this. Let's bring him on out. Hey.
Okay.
Yes, Kam Andre. So excited to have you. When did you first fall in love with music? Because you obviously have to be a fan of music.
Absolutely. As my mom would say, it's pretty much been since the womb. My parents were a part of a gospel community choir. When she was pregnant with, my mom was pregnant with me, and so like they would go to rehearsals, choir rehearsals, things like that, and my mom would say I would like literally kick her, punch her in the stomach like to the beat. So it's literally been since in the womb.
Since the womb,
Yeah,
y'all. Not literally the womb. Like people be saying that, but like you literally from the womb. And your mom and your dad both were in the gospel choir?
Yes. So,
How interesting.
So pretty much like my music background kind of comes, or love of music comes from my dad. My mom really just got into it because of my dad. She doesn't really have any musical talent in that perspective. But yeah, all my passion and love for it definitely comes from my father.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
Like you're an inspiration out here in these streets.
Hollis, Mr. Andre Hollis.
Mr. Andre Hollis, hello. How long have you been a drummer?
Really like 2, 3 banging on pots and pans in the kitchen.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
I was not expecting 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 banging on pots and pans in the kitchen. My mom actually thought I was going to be a keyboard player, but then once I got a hold of sticks and pots and pans, it was rap. So I got my first drum set like age like 6 or so, and the rest.
Oh, your parents basically knew, like.
Oh yeah. They nurtured what the gift was early on.
That's amazing. Like, that's amazing. I swear, like, when I was a kid, I was singing and stuff around the house. Like, I was like 6 or 7 years old. Nobody cared. Like, nobody was like, hey, we need to put her in some training. Like, this girl. Nobody cared. So that's a blessing. Like,
Absolutely.
that's such a huge blessing that they were catering to you and wanted to, like, mold your gift. What type of events do you like to do? Are you into concerts, tours, parties? What type of... Where do you be performing at?
A little bit everywhere, I definitely grew up in church, church boy at heart. So that's where my background comes from, playing in different churches, playing different community centers, small venues, big concert halls, just everywhere.
What's your favorite?
Big arena shows are great. I love little small, dark jazz, hole in the wall spots that you would never, think a band is playing in there. Those are like some of like the real like groundbreaking spots where you can really take notes. You can really network with people and meet new people. Not everyone is always playing at like the big giant theaters. Some of like the best musicians are playing in small clubs that you never know. You would drive past by all the time. You gain so much knowledge just talking and seeing things.
Those would be the greats. I think I'm glad you mentioned that because like sometimes at like the beach, here in LA, you guys, like you'll see musicians playing at the pier, or they'll be playing at Venice Beach. And I love like when I see that, like those live shows, and then they get crowds of people to come around them.
A little far from the beach, but you know, if I was kind of like a Los Angeles local and I was 15 minutes away from the beach, maybe. Yeah.
All right. So we just want to know, you know, get to know a drummer better, because we haven't had a drummer on the show before. We don't know what you guys really think like.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm glad to be the first. Like,
tell us about a funny experience that you've had as a drummer. What's like the funniest?
I mean, I was reading someone's post today, a musician's post about like musicians' pet peeves, and drummers. I mean, just like other musicians, drummers, we all have experienced some funny moments, like you know, the stool that we sit on that like just falling because, you know, a screw wasn't tight enough, your bass drum sliding forward, stick breaking, cymbal stand falling, you know, just
a stick broke before?
Oh, absolutely, all the time.
What do you do if a stick breaks? This is stuff that we want to know.
You have your stick bag on the side, so you know. It's,
you just pull out the extra stick.
You smooth with it, you'll never know. You know, the audience will never know. But yeah, you get mishaps all the time. I mean, that's just what comes along with, you know, with drums. Like, that's
you can never tell.
Make sure you check all your gear before showtime. You know, make sure you tighten those lugs, those screws.
Check your gear, you guys.
Check your gear, because it's happening, and it's going to happen, and that's all a part of growing things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. You would think, like, from people watching, like, we think like the band is always like they're perfect. Like, you don't see mistakes from the band. You always see artists mess up, but you don't really see like the guitarist or the drummer messed up. We don't usually see that.
There's a lot.
So you're just good at hiding it, or you got to be smooth with it.
If you're really good, then the audience will never know. Yeah, you'll never call it attention.
Tell us about Urban Music Society. That is a business that you have going on.
So Urban Music Society, or UMS. So it started off as just a band, which I've been in a couple, but this is a band that I started myself, not for myself, but by myself, with a collection of great friends, great musicians that I've had the privilege of playing with over the last decade or so. And so just coming along in my career with playing in different bands and seeing how, you know, it's one thing to play, but it's also another thing to have your own business. So I just said, finally, you know, I've been doing this for years. I've been playing in bands since I was 15, 16 years old. I kind of know how it works. You know, why don't I just go ahead and take that step and make this a business, you know? And so that's what I did. So we are, you know, an official LLC, group.
Hey! Hey!
You know, official business owner.
A
CEO.
band LLC business owner. Wow, are you like the first?
No, I'm definitely the first.
So how does it feel to have your own LLC? What does that feel like?
It feels amazing. I mean, it's like something that everyone dreams of being, well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of creatives dream of having their own business. You finally get like that official, you know, tax document or, you know, state government document, and it has that name. It's like, wow, Urban Music Society LLC. Okay, all right, this is official. This is a real thing. So it feels great.
That's really good to hear. And I think other drummers like yourself that are listening right now, they probably wonder like how far they can take their career, and that's really good to know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's great. And you said like you and your friends. It's you and your friends.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is I like I said, I'm privileged to have, you know, played with so many musicians, you know, over this past decade. So depending on the gig or whatever that, you know, we get blessed to do, you know, I get to draw from a pretty good lottery of musicians. Because everyone
famous that we know that
famous.
Want to shout out?
I guess everyone is famous in their own right. Like, you know, my musician friends, you know, they've been all around the world touring with, you know, some great artists. You know, they've been featured on great albums and things like that. So we're fortunate to be. I always tell them, you know, I want this business to be a chameleon. So UMS is going to be represented whether we playing at somebody's backyard birthday party or whether we're backing up an artist on stage, you know, or whatever the case may be. You know, it's going to be a full production. It's going to be a, you know, a well-rounded group of musicians that know what they're doing. So I'm privileged. Like they literally make my job easy. I just kind of cross the T's and dot the I's.
So like, do you help artists like get gigs, or you just get gigs for your band?
No, I have before. I have been privileged to, even before UMS came, I've been privileged to always kind of be like in a rotation of putting bands together for artists. So like, artists will call me, hey, I got this show coming up. Or hey,
yeah, I have a show that I have coming up and I need a live band.
There you go, see stuff like that.
So I would hit up your company.
You would hit up,
and y'all would put the people together for me, like find the people I need.
I pride myself on being a great facilitator. And so I've come to know over the last couple years, like, you don't have to be, yes, you have to know your craft, you have to be a good musician, but you don't have to be the world's best musician to have an amazing band. You need to know what people fit in the right pieces. So you need to be a great facilitator as far as being a band leader or a music director. So like even before, we started today, like someone, another artist who I just did a show for. Oh, you were there at Soul Fest, Soulful Noise Fest. Yeah, Antonio Ramsey. So he hit me up and said, hey, buddy of mine got a show coming up. Band, he saw y'all, and it just kind of works like that.
You helped with that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You guys.
MD for that, yeah.
Hit him up. A bunch of artists watch my show. Like,
got you, yeah.
So hit him up. You guys need live bands.
Live bands.
He's the guy right
Studio
here.
sessions, whatever.
Now, I want to ask you something a little personal. Is it hard to have a relationship and be a drummer?
I would say no. It's not hard. I think it's all about what you go into it with and what your values are. If you know that.
Have you experienced any type of jealousy with you being a drummer?
Oh, absolutely. Not with my current girlfriend. She's amazing. Shout out to me.
Shout out.
But in the past, absolutely. I have had different lady friends who,
How do you deal with that for drummers that are having a hard time?
I think a lot of it really comes with time and maturity. Like the stuff I was doing when I was young and getting gigs at 19, 20, 21, it's like you just want to be seen. So I'm inviting a whole bunch of girls, come on to my show and blah, 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 and they come out and obviously they see me mingling with others. So there's some jealousy there, but as you get older, you realize like, I don't got time and energy for that. I really don't, so it's just a matter of being.
Especially when you're just trying to pack your show, and you just happen to know more females.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a line in the sand that you can cross. It's like, yo, I'm inviting you to my show. I just need people there. You want to come out and hear good live music? Come out and hear good live music, but that doesn't mean me and you are
right.
And sometimes you gotta
get out a disclaimer sometimes.
Yeah.
Because especially if you have a girlfriend and you're in a relationship, like lines can get blurred when you're inviting other people. I know, like for me, like if I know a lot more guys than girls, I feel, and I think like just the lines could get blurred where you like, there could be jealousy because I know more guys and they all wanted to come see me. That doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with every single one, and they're just good friends and they want to come and support and listen to music.
Yeah.
And I don't care if they talk to other girls. Like, it's not even that kind of fun.
Just come out and have a good time.
Yeah, come out, have fun, talk, mingle,
no pressure,
no network. Is there like a situation that you could tell us about where you had to deal with a groupie? Do drummers have groupies?
I mean, drummers have groupies, musicians have groupies. I
do y'all
guess.
be having like people waiting to like want to have sex with you after a show, like a big show, or is that mostly the artists?
I've never. The closest I have come to like a groupie was a tour I was on in 2016. We were actually in Toronto, Canada, and I'm playing on stage, whatever, and I see this girl in like the front row, and she's just like, eyeballing me the whole time. I'm like, okay, all right, sure, whatever. I'm just thinking she's into it. And then like literally she kind of like gives me like a heart sign. I was like, oh, like I didn't know what to do. Drummers are kind of known to be kind of like the rebels of the band and maybe like the sex symbols of the band. I don't know. Every band is different.
The drummer is like the head. He's like more like, I think the drummers are the coolest. Next to the guitars.
Drummers just have a little bit more swag. You just got a little bit more,
And y'all are so fast with your hands, like, you're able to do like
All that.
so much.
All that. You know,
Interesting.
if you out there and you dating the drummer, hold on to him. If he's treating you right.
Right.
Or if she's treating you right.
Right,
That's
there's
my
female drummers
yes.
too. What's your social media for people that do not already know, or they want to get in contact with you to book you for stuff, or they want to help, they need help getting a band? What's information can we give them?
Got you. So my personal IG is at only_Kam with the K. Andre, you can find me there. And then if there's anything related to band, music, things like that, please follow the band page, which is official_UMS. Stands for Urban Music Society. Official_UMS. Hit us up, hit me up on there. I'll be glad to answer questions, help some people, whatever. Like, the band page is fairly new. We only have like a couple followers, so follow that one. Like, let's get these followers up.
Right. Guys, subscribe, hit him up, stalk him, DM him.
Send the DMs. I'll be glad to respond.
Yeah, send a DM. Send him a DM right now. And now we know Kam Andre from a gospel family. He's from a church family. He has a good girlfriend. I think I met your girlfriend. She's pretty cool.
Yes.
And you guys, just hit him up. Hit him up. He has a lot of good things going on. And if you're a musician, a lot of you guys are musicians. I know y'all need a band, so this is the guy that you need to hit up. Thank me later. See you next week.